So, how do you use cosmic energy to change your external circumstances? In this video, that is what we're going to be getting into. So, if you are new here and if you are returning, I am Tamara Tamu. Welcome to another episode of Unleashed Alchemy, where on this channel we remind you of who you are as a powerful, energetic being that can call the unseen into the seen. Welcome, welcome. I'm so excited to be bringing you this video. This video comes on the helm or at the helm of the next full moon, okay? And what we often forget is that everything that is happening in the cosmos, however you choose to view it, that is our energy. That is energy that belongs to us. Everything that makes up the sun, everything that makes up the moon, the stars, the galaxy, we are that. Okay? We are that. And we have been given the ability, whether we realize it or not, we have been given the ability to harness that power, to call forth our soul aligned life, to call forth our soul aligned desires. All right, so let's get into it. So before I get into the episode, I want to ask you all this. I thought of it this morning that we could do a Zoom ritual, a Zoom ceremony to honor the full moon, and to use and harness that energy to put fear in its place, to put fear in its position so that we can live our soul-fulfilled life. If you are interested in coming to a seminar like that or coming to a ritual like that, if I do it, it will be held on Zoom. Please let me know in the comments if that is something that you would be interested in. Yes, this is something at the last minute because I believe that the full moon is on either the 23rd or the 24th. So we're talking about in a few days here. So just let me know in the comments. Also, if you are looking for additional support on your spiritual odyssey, please check out the links for my Unleashed Alchemy Magic School, where you will have monthly access to workshops that will help you tap into your spiritual gifts. Whatever those gifts are, it will help you recognize them. The workshops will help you not only recognize them, but to function in them with full and complete confidence. It will help you move past fear, okay, to tap into a life that is complete with enchantments, magic, miracles, okay, that other people will call miracles, but you call everyday life. All right. There's also a community section that is in the magic school where we go live every single month. Okay, usually it's on the fourth Friday of every single month, where I will either be delivering a brand new fresh workshop live, or it will be a Q&A session. I also offer one-to-one support through my 90-day consulting package. All right, so the links for the school and the 90-day one-to-one consulting package will be in the description box of this video. So how do you use your cosmic power? How do you use the cosmic energy? How do you harness cosmic energy to, and in this case, the cosmic energy that I'm speaking about is full moon. How do you use that energy to change your external circumstances? So here's what we have to identify with first. You have to understand that when you go through your spiritual elevation, you experience internal shifts, okay? You experience internal shifts that can feel very uncomfortable, all right? Equally, and sometimes, well, not sometimes, much of the time, simultaneously, you can also be experiences shifts in your external that are as equally uncomfortable as the internal shifts. All right. When you know who you are as a goddess, as a god, as infinite intelligence. Not only are you an extension of infinite intelligence, but in and through you, you are infinite intelligence. When you understand that, you know that these external shifts are opportunities for your spiritual gifts to be activated. I'm looking at my notes here to make sure I don't forget anything. Your psychic ability, if that is a part of your spiritual bag, that's an example of your psychic ability to be switched on. The external circumstances are an opportunity, are opportunities for there to be a demonstration of the supernatural that can happen in your life. So to understand and to embody who you are and who you came here to be as a prosperous being, who you came here to be as the abundant being that you are, as someone who knows, and this is, the knowing goes beyond faith, it goes beyond belief, that your words carry potent power, that when you speak, you become surrounded by your words. So we can say that a different way. As you speak, your external has to fall in line with what you say. When you understand who you are confident in that power. Because the confidence goes beyond your flesh and bones. The confidence goes beyond and goes into your infinite self that transcends the body, that transcends time and space. Okay, so these external shifts, they carry those opportunities to remind us of our true identity as cosmic, sovereign, and divine, that carry the same substance as the galaxies, the moon, the stars, all of it, the planets, all of those energies. So now we can use those energies as tools because they are ours. They're already ours, okay? So with this full moon coming up, all right, if you have something that is taking place in your external environment, since you now know that that external occurrence goes beyond just what is there, okay? It goes beyond, say for example, you lost your job. Okay, there's something else that is taking place than, oh, I just lost my job. No, nothing ever just happens. I know people will say that, sometimes shit does happen. It just happens. There's no reason. I don't believe that. I am coming from the perspective that there's always a spiritual undercurrent to everything, okay? You know what is happening. It's happening for you, not to you. Okay, so when you understand that things happen for you, not to you, now you can harness that potent power that is in the full moon to call in what you desire. This is now your opportunity to rise up to the occasion that is you, to rise up to an elevated consciousness, to allow your subconscious to rise up to what your soul already knows. So here's what you can do. Here's a few tips. With me, in my practice, I know, there's plenty of YouTube videos, books that talk about full moon magic or moon magic in general. Specifically, when you're talking about the full moon, what I have seen is that rituals are done on the full moon. But what I've done, what feels more, well, not even more, because I don't want to discount doing any rituals on the full moon. However, that time, those few days that lead up to the full moon, we don't want to discount the power that is in the anticipation and then the gearing up of the moon being in its full illumination power. We don't want to discredit those few days. So typically, if I do anything, or if I feel a call to do anything around the full moon, it's typically within those few days up to the full moon. And then on the days of the full moon, I use those days as a form of celebration for what is already completed. Okay? So now I'm saying all of this to say you can do this up to the full moon, or you can do it right on the full moon. Okay? It doesn't matter. So you have to have in your mind what you want, what you desire, period. Not the watered down what you want, not what you think you should want, not what sounds realistic, but really what you want. Even if you have to take a minute to close your eyes to step into the feeling of what you want, because that's most important. You can either do this outside, doesn't matter. You can do this inside. The point of this is to be as comfortable in your body as possible. So if you find a sense of serenity in being outside, then be outside. One being inside or outside, one doesn't negate the other. One isn't more powerful than the other. Because at the end of the day, after all of these tips, at the end of the day, you are the ritual, period. Okay? So what you can do is, inside or outside, you can speak your desires into a glass of water. Why is the glass important? Because when you use water, first of all, our connection with water is natural. Okay, that's a part of everybody's spiritual bag is water, because we are, 85% water? So our connection to water is already there. So the glass of water, you want it to be in a glass because you want what's holding that water to be as natural as possible. So glass of water. Before you speak anything, like I said, you want to be intentional with your words. And what you say needs to be spoken in the present, and your words need to focus on what you desire and how you want to feel in every single area and every single day of your life. So when you wake up, do you want to feel secure? When you wake up, do you want to experience freedom? Do you want to be free? Being free to be able to spend your day as you wish. And that the only schedules that you have are the schedules that you have created for yourself. Do you want to feel happiness, joy, peace, calm, security? So get into how you want to feel. Yes, you can have the vision, but ultimately how you want to feel, because when you focus on how you feel, you become detached from how. And so when you become detached from how, then that makes it easy for your body, your mind, your soul, your heart to receive inspired action from the great creator. Okay? So, be specific. Always stay unattached to the how by specifying and leaving the how to just ease and peace. When you when you become unattached or detached from the how, you can still say, I want to feel this way. I see this happening. I feel this way in every single part of my life. I see this happening. I'm grateful for this happening. And the how it came about has come to me with peace and with ease. Okay? So, the tools that you can use, again, the glass of water, speak your intention into the glass of water. You can also add oil, essential oil. If you don't have any essential oil, you can go into your kitchen and use a extra olive oil, virgin olive oil, and you can take a small, just very, very small, okay, and tap a small amount on your ankle, on your wrist. I mean, I'm talking really small. Why oil? Because oil is a multiplier. Oil is a seal. Oil represents a certain level of sacredness. Okay? And what you're doing with the oil is that you are sealing your words into your body. You're making a claim and you're saying, this is complete. Now, you may be saying, well, I don't have oil. Fine. What you could do is, if you wear perfume, if you wear cologne, grab your favorite perfume, grab your favorite cologne, set the intention as you spray it on yourself, on your ankle, on your wrist. You're spraying with the intention that you are sealing your words. Period. This is done. You can light a candle. I'm always going to have the tool of a candle, okay? Because that's just, to me, candle work it taps into that artist part of me. There's a creative element that's in candle work that I find in candle work, okay? You can use a candle. You can put, instead of putting the oil or the essential oil on your wrist or on your ankle, you can put a little bit of that oil on the candle. Okay, of course, you're not going to want to put any cologne or perfume because that's flammable, unless it has some type of organic quality. But don't even do that, okay? Because I don't want anything to happen and you come back to this channel talking about, oh, you told me to do this and I burned myself or I burned my kitchen. Okay, so don't even do that, okay? So, but anyway, you can have the candle. You can get a general white candle, all right? Does not have to be fancy. And you can, while you're speaking into your water, because the water part is very important because you're drinking that. And you're sealing your body, your molecules, your DNA with the words that you've spoken, okay? As a magician. So you're saying, well, you may be saying, well, what if I don't have a candle? Or what if I live with people or a person who may get spooked out or freaked out by this kind of stuff, by this magic, by rituals? Well, instead of a candle, which you can do, you can sprinkle a tiny bit of cayenne pepper into your water. If not in your water, you can put cayenne pepper into a little baggie, and that can represent your candle. Okay? Now, so all of these tools, they're wonderful. Why do we have these tools? We can use these tools to raise our consciousness level to meet the level of what our soul already knows. So it's another way, it's an extra way to implant your subconscious, to raise your subconscious level up to that Christ consciousness, to that elevated consciousness, so that you can start to view yourself and your life through the lens of your soul, not through the ego, not with what you think you know, not through what logic is telling you, but what your soul is telling you. Okay? So, now you may be saying, well, I don't have oil. I don't have the perfume. I don't have the candle, the cayenne pepper. Look at what you have. Look at what you have. I'm guessing you have the glass of water. Even in that moment, if you didn't have the glass of water, let's say you didn't have a glass for whatever reason. Guess what you do have? You have a voice. You have breath. You have your heartbeat. You have this body. At the end of the day, you are the candle. You are the fire. You are the water. You're all of it. So you can use your voice to speak. You have you. Now, so what can happen? And this is one, just the last thing that I want to talk about, because this can come up during or after a ritual, or after, you perform, a spell, whatever you want to call it. And you could really just be into that spell and really be focused, and it can really feel empowering and good, and you can feel the energy of the great creator. You can feel the energy of your elevated guides, your elevated angels. You can feel an elevation, literally. And then, guess what? The ego will get in the way. After all of that, what can happen is that you can have a slew of thoughts that are completely opposite of what you spoke. Number one, it does not negate the work, the spiritual work that you just did. So we cancel that, right? Why does that happen though? Because the moon, the full moon, can be indicative of the shadow. All right? What is the shadow? Let's just cover this really quick. The shadow are there parts of us or aspects of us that we push to the side, that we don't want to deal with because for whatever reason they could be deemed as unacceptable. Perhaps there's a feeling like anger or even hatred. That can be a shadow. Resentment can form into a shadow. None of an emotion is not good or bad. It is the way that we deal with it and the way that we choose to either observe it or ignore it where the challenge presents itself. I'll put it that way. So shadow can also be, in addition to aspects about ourselves that we've ignored or feelings that we don't want to deal with, it could be a programmed belief. So what we have to do when these thoughts come up that are completely opposite of everything that we spoke of our creation that we just put out into the ethers, you observe those thoughts as information. Okay? And again, do not allow the ego to tell you that your ritual did not work. When those thoughts come up, you look at it as information to let you know what you need to deal with now. When you look at the shadow, you're clearing the pathway for all the words that you have spoken to unfold in your life quickly and softly and in peace. Okay? Oftentimes with the shadow, we kind of want to skip over that in our rituals and in our magic. But no, when those thoughts come up, use that as information. That is a part of your ritual working. Do not ignore it. So I know that those tips are helpful to you to use. Remember, these energies in the cosmos, the full moon energy in this case, is ours. And we can harness that energy to speak what we desire, to speak what our soul wants, what our soul needs, to speak who we came here to be into existence. Period. All right. So don't forget, if you are interested in joining me for a Zoom ritual, there will be a energetic exchange. There will be a cost. I will put a fee on it. So, but if you are interested in that, please let me know in the comments. It'll be something, like I said, I know this is last minute, but it will be something that I will do within the next few days, because I believe that the full moon is on the 23rd and this is the 21st. So anyway, let me know in the comments. You can also send me an email if you'd like to unleashedalchemy@gmail.com. Also, if I get enough people that say, hey, I'm interested, then I'll go ahead and do the sales page and all of that. But don't forget that to check out the Unleashed Alchemy Magic School and also my one-on-one consulting package, okay, to support you on your spiritual odyssey, because you do not have to do this alone. All right. So until next time, cheers.